Howdy ho, Will.
What's up, Drew?
How are you, man?
I'm awesome, man. How about you?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Things are sunny outside today. I can see the mountains, so good things.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Dig that hat, man. I wish I could show you the back of my iPad here. I've got like about 5 stickers. I think 3 of them are Schedulefly, but one of them is Sweet Cow ice cream. That's right.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Wow.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
Yeah.
it. How's the family doing?
Family's good. How about yours?
Doing well. Lily's doing well. Business is, the leadership team's doing well. Our families are doing good. We're still playing it real safe, but overall, we're really pleased with the direction, kind of feel like society's heading in the right way.
I agree. So when you say playing it safe, I mean, you guys never had anybody enter last time you and I talked, which has been 5 or 6 months ago, but nobody had been in the stores y'all were serving at the door. What are you doing?
Same thing. Yeah, we probably we're probably still working under the idea that we won't open. Excuse me, I apologize. We won't open maybe this year. There'll have to be some real changes that will happen in just our company, and I can go into this if you want to talk about this.
Sure.
Yeah, it's about so by the time we consider opening, it would be October, and that's simply because out of 165 people that work for us, 80 some odd percent have never worked for us when our doors were open to customers. So we have to retrain all these people. And
Wow.
you know what I mean? Like you have 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old kids who are coming to work for us over the last year and a half, and they'll never like handed a sample of ice cream to a customer. And you can't retrain or introduce a lot of new things to any ice cream shop in normal times between say April and September. We're too busy. You can't just say, hey, now we're going to do this, everyone, and everyone come to work. And some shops have 45 employees. Like it's just not, it's not going to happen. So that's our real setback. It's not just does everyone have the vaccine? Do we feel safe? That is another section of our train of thought. Like just because it's all going to be available, right, to everyone by May, June, July, but does that mean that all of our employees are going to be willing to get it? Are they willing to show us their cards? Like so many different factors have gone into our process of thinking. But so right now, back to the original is that we are not open for people to come inside our ice cream shop. We have window service only. We retrofitted 2 of our storefronts to have a pickup and an order here window. So it was really conducive and easy for the winter because those shops only had a door where you had a table and you tried to serve or a tent outside. We worked through that way, but we've got it down pat now, man. It works well.
How did it go this winter because you've got those are your slower months anyway for ice cream, and then you're in Colorado, it's cold there, but then eating habits changed a lot this year for a lot of people because of COVID. So like, what did that mean? How'd that affect y'all?
The eating habit didn't affect anybody. Ice cream was a comfort food. Coming down to Sweet Cow, it's been part of families and couples for years since we opened. So that moment, maybe it decreased from 3 times a month to 2 times a month for health reasons, but the joy and the exercise of that activity was still going on and going on strong. We had a relatively warm winter. You guys, I know the whole coast up and down got hit with cold and snow, and Texas got snow. Like, not here, man. Like, we've had a very mild winter. We've had a lot of sunny days. We only had one stretch of like early February, mid-February, where it was single digits and 2 weeks of pretty cold weather where we took a little bit of a dive. But we know that happens every year at some point.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's going to be 50 some odd degrees today. Sun's just blaring.
Well, I gotta tell you, I mean, I ate a lot more ice cream this winter than I normally do in the wintertime because it is a comfort. I mean, it's like you're just everything. When you change your routine, and that's an easy time to pick up new routines or change your hat or whatever it is. And for me, I was like, man, I don't know. I eat a lot of ice cream.
Yeah, it's a comfort food, man. It's comfort food. It brings you back nostalgically to being a child. So
Well, so tell me about the business now. Are y'all, I mean, are you holding down the fort? Are you looking for new
we're going to open
location?
up shop number 7 this year.
You are going to?
Yeah, we are. We would have opened up a shop last year had COVID not hit. We would have expected to have opened a shop in November of 2020
Okay.
had COVID not struck us in March. That was our path. That was our plan. We're going to stick to that plan this year, and we're comfortable with it. We're confident about it. So I imagine in the next handful of weeks, we'll start looking at real estate.
Okay. I mean, so you don't know where yet?
Between you and me, yeah, but
No,
not.
well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
This ain't between you and me. Okay, I
Yeah,
got.
no, this is this is a we have some zero spots we've zeroed in on. Absolutely.
Okay, okay, cool. I mean, like, but in Colorado.
Absolutely. We're not leaving Colorado anytime soon. We have no plans to leave Colorado. All our growth for the next 5 or 6 years as we open shops will all be in Colorado, Will.
Yeah,
It's a smarter business model from a management side. One
sure.
of the things we've done really well is you look at how our shops are about 15 to 25 minutes apart driving time, right? So when you start to have multi-units, 6, 7, 10, 12, if you can have those units 10 to 15, 25 minutes apart, now all of a sudden your area or district managers have shorter drives and distances to go to. No one's driving out 95 minutes to go to one location and trekking back 95 minutes to get back to another one. There's just some cohesiveness. Another real advantage, Will, is the brand, the name. You're pocketing out your awareness, right? Like, so you got these people who are 15 to 25 minutes from the shop, and there's nothing around them other than that shop. So they drive in, right? Well, the buzz starts to go in that town, and they're all excited. And they've been driving to Sweet Cow for 2 years now, and all of a sudden, bam, their town gets a Sweet Cow. So now they're not going to that one, and sure, that cannibalizes a little bit. But now the new town that's got one is going to have that same effect. The people on the outside of that town are going to come in. So we feel pretty good about how we've strategically located neighborhoods specifically and school systems and parks and communities that are present in their community. That's a big deal. We want to become part of the fabric of that community that that makes us feel that we can deliver a product and a service and really an experience.
Love it, man. Yeah, and that hasn't changed one bit. I mean, that's the exact same thing you told me. Well, gosh, it was a year ago, wasn't it, when we sat
Yeah,
right there in your Boulder
yeah,
shop, and right before all this stuff went down. Exact same, exact same bit, man. I love
yeah.
the way you are doing that. You have such a smart way of approaching business, and it's very clear that you are so thoughtful and intentional and careful about the way y'all do it, so that you do it right, not necessarily fast, just right.
Right.
And I love that, man. You've got a growing state, you've got a growing area, Denver, Boulder, all that surrounding area is just growing. So you're in a really good location geographically, and you're running a marathon, not a sprint, so to speak, which is
So true.
which is
So true.
just a smart way to run a business, man. I mean, in my opinion.
Thank you. And there's a leadership group that works alongside me. This is just not all me.
Yes, for
I
sure.
know I get to talk and represent the brand and the company, but there's there's 6 of us in the leadership circle, and we all have some real strengths, and we work so well together. I mean, I know I've shared this with you before, but of the 4 of the 5 people that I work alongside every day, I've known Ross for 30 years. I've known Mo for 25 years. I've known Steph for 20 years. I've known Steve for 15 years. And you add that up, that's, it's over 100 years of friendship with 4 people that I've known and trust. And we all share a very similar vision. And, we're allowed to have difficult conversations with each other, and no one gets offended, and we know we're all looking at the same goal, Will, and that's the best part. And this has been a challenging year for every business in America. It's been a challenging moment for people worldwide. And to know that we're standing up with all our locations, that none of our employees were ever laid off, not one was laid off, that we only closed for 2 days during the pandemic in the beginning to just retrain and introduce third-party delivery, which we never had before. And then we've just been educated about how to run our business, the efficiency of how to run a business better, and then also how to adapt and pivot in real time and frequently or infrequently. It was very frequently in the beginning, and now it's now more strategic, but it just, we're just so humbled and grateful that we still get to be present in our state and be present in our neighborhoods.
I'm starting to have conversations now, which it makes me so happy, which are more of these. This isn't over, but we've rounded the turn, so to speak. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and what I'm starting to hear is a lot more of these, like, the silver lining of this horrible thing has been.
Yes.
Which is what a lot of people have found that it's made them, if they got through it or getting through it, a lot of folks are now telling me, you know what, we're better off for a bad reason. We're better off as a business going forward. We learned a lot. We made smart adjustments and changes. It kind of accelerated a lot of changes that may have been like slow moving or on the back burner for a while, where you just had your back against the wall and you had to do it. But I'm hearing so much of that, which gives me, I'm happy to be hearing that. These are great this is a lot better conversations than last spring, when everybody's like, I don't know, like we're trying and we're doing our best. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's great to hear this.
Well, I think for a lot of people, and so many awesome, dedicated, driven leaders.
Yeah.
People who are motivated to get their business going, but get the people who work around them going. And in just regular times, not just pandemic times. And I don't want to speak for how everyone should feel, but I can share how I feel, and is that it shows you what you're made of, Will, right? I mean, it was hard. I'm sure there's times where people were in tears. I know a few times myself of just closing a Zoom call with the team and not and just sad, truly. But this, like you said, the silver lining, it shows us wow, we are made of this. We have our ability. We can mentally gain an edge when it's difficult to gain that edge. Or maybe there's a few weeks or a few months where we're just, our heads are in our lap, in our hands, and we don't know what to do. And we've struggled, and we get up and we're not sure. But then one day we get up and we are sure. Well, we're beginning to have that confidence again. So maybe we didn't have it the whole time as people and leaders, but I think a lot of these leaders and restaurant owners, I'm going to speak specifically more towards the industry because that's what you work around, is that these folks, including myself and the people who work around me, we have just learned that we've got it, Will. We've got what it takes, man. And I think one of the biggest drives for us is not just to run a successful business. It's to provide for the community. It's to see our customers come in our doors, to see our regulars sit at the bars at restaurants. It's to see our chefs coming out and talking to the tables and seeing the neighbors that they know so well. And that's the hoorah. That's the celebratory moment of what you're starting to see now today, and what we're really going to start to see over the next 6 months, as long as things are kept at the right, where things are still going down. The vaccine, vaccines are going up, cases are going down, and we can sort of get back and figure out what is going to be our new way in 21 and 22 to operate a food industry business.
Every time I talk to you, my friend, I'm more happy and motivated and inspired when I'm done than I was when I started talking. So thank you. I
Yeah.
mean, I truly mean that, man. You're always a light, Drew. So so you're the first of what we're going to do these 15 minutes with, and we've done 15 minutes, and I committed to that, so I'm going to let you roll. But I appreciate it. I hope that well, I know that I will be back out there. I don't know when yet, but once this all clears, I can't wait, and I'll definitely catch up with you again, man, and see you in person for sure. But virtual fist bump for you and your team, man, on all y'all have accomplished. And tell everybody hello for me, please.
Yeah, Will, and hats off to you. I love you running these podcasts, and finding new iterations of how to do them, and the new 15-minute sessions. We're looking forward to seeing how they roll out, man. You be well. Take care of you and your family.
All right, man. You too. See you, Drew. All right, man. Peace.